Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for another video. I really appreciate all your support. This is kind of a tag video. Chauncey from Shiniche, thank you so much for tagging me to do this. This is fragrances that make you feel. The first category is confident. How confident you feel when you wear a fragrance. And I know it's the most hyped fragrance in the community and all that, but I really do still feel so good about this fragrance. I feel confident, I feel masculine, I feel strong, I feel good when I wear this. And what's nice in my area that I live in, it's still, it's Baltimore, Washington area, but it's a big area, but it seems I never smell it on anyone, which is really cool, so it's still a fragrance where it's not so popular in my area where, everyone's wearing it and it's just kind of getting old, so that's going to be Aventus. And again, makes me feel so confident, but love it. Again, batch variations, who cares, they all smell really good. I know there's some fruitier ones out there. This is 2013, and just a little bit smokier, which I kind of like. It's got the, it's a little more masculine, a little more, got the little ashy, but I get pineapple throughout the whole deal, so it's still got that fruity vibe, throughout. So, but Aventus is one. I'm gonna try and do two with these. Spice and Wood, again, kind of my signature scent, makes me feel like $1,000,000. It just makes me feel confident again. It's a fragrance that people really like around you because it's got the citruses, the florals, the woodsiness to it. So very great fragrance. But those are two from Creed that I really love, make me feel confident. Professional sense, I always think of the man in the suit, going to work and just professional, classy. This is Excelso by Parfum Aroma. Awesome fragrance. Hopefully you can see that. But Excelso, again, this is sandalwood through and through, but it also has like a cleanse. It's very clean. It's fresh, and it also has like a soapy vibe, but not like a Mugler cologne soap. But this is more of like a sandalwood, very clean kind of soap. So, but very beautiful, just class in a bottle right here. So I think would be a great professional scent. Also, Invasion Barbare by MDCI. I'm sorry. MDCI right here. This is beautiful. This is just class in a bottle again. Just an awesome fragrance if you haven't checked it out yet. But it doesn't really it gives a little bit of the barbershop vibe, but it's I think it's just more professional and there's a lot more going on than just that. So, but MDCI, Invasion Barbare. Next one is kind of going to be the sexy, you feel sexy or, in between the sheets kind of scent kind of thing going on. And the first one is going to be Criminal of Love. It's a perfect name for it. This just gives you that beautiful rose, patchouli, saffron, just an awesome fragrance. It's a little jammy. It's just very nice. It's got some sweetness to it. So I can just see, I can see you and your loved one rolling around in the sheets with this one. Beautiful Criminal of Love by Killian. It's got the egg kind of shape thing going on. Also another great one, Lana Dewey, number 3 by Rajadov. I didn't want to pull out the bottle, but absolutely another one. Just sensual, sex in a bottle, just absolutely beautiful how he creates these things. They're so complex, there's so many notes, but this one's just one of my favorites. Again, I wear these fragrances a lot, but I just think about, just this one's very sensual and just very sexy. So Lana Dewey, number 3. And also designer fragrance that is, it's just absolutely stunning and beautiful. Another just so sexy with that iris opening. You get that lipstick vibe, it then turns down into that cocoa smell, and it's just absolutely beautiful. But Dior Homme Intense by Dior. Again, just awesome fragrance. I love this. Probably one of my favorite fragrances in my collection still today, which is just awesome. So the next one is going to be fun scents. This one is Thierry Mugler Ultra Zest. This one just has that bright opening, with the orange, the tangerine, and all that, and then it kind of just has that creamy candy. It's just beautiful. It's kind of got that little bit of the DNA that Thierry Mugler has in the whole line with all the flankers. But this one just has that. This is nice for summer. It's just a fun, playful scent. If you haven't smelled it, great scent. And now hopefully they're going to be, they probably already are, but discount sites too will have this probably for $40-50 now, which is great. So awesome playful scent. And I always think about, you know, being fun, vacation. You know, vacation is always, you know, that's where we go have fun or do what we got to do. And this is just a vacation in a bottle. I mean, this is Virgin Island Water by Creed. It is just, it's so fun. You know, you get you smell drinks in here, you smell the ocean, you smell, you know, suntan lotion. You know, it's just such a, I just think fun when I think of Virgin Island Water. So Virgin Island Water by Creed, awesome fragrance. This is where it gets kind of tricky because, you know, the daring scents, you know, it can be daring in the opening, but they turn into something really special. But you gotta understand too, like, you know, it's what you like and what you don't like. You know, so many people just like fresh scents, which I totally understand because that's the way I was. But sometimes your nose really gets to taste and gets, you know, really into this, and you start liking some of the oud fragrances. And those are these two next ones. But this is Oud 27. This is a daring scent. It's kind of got that rubbery, plasticky opening, and the oud, I just love it. It turns into something really special, but it's still daring, you know, when you put it on. So Oud 27 by Le Labo. Boom. And also, this one is very, very daring. Most of you probably will never like this, but I like it. It's called Zafar. And if you do not like oud, stay Zafar away from it. But this one's from Xerjoff, Zafar. It does have that, I mean, straight up barnyard, I just stepped in horse shit opening. But if you can hold off for an hour, which of course you have to be daring as hell for that first hour, if you can hold off, it turns into something special. But again, you may never ever like something like this. So, but that's my dare. You know, it's a very daring scent. I'll never forget. You know, when I think of oud, I still kind of think of Dan Mickers. I'm sorry, Dan Mish, my Mickers. You know, when I first got into this, he was, I mean, he even taught me how to decant. I never even knew how, I thought you had to take the sprayer off the bottle and stuff. I mean, like an idiot, but so he kind of taught me how to decant and everything, but we kind of swapped samples and stuff. And, he sent me, I think it was SAD or SAAD. It was just, I still don't really know the fragrance. I didn't really look into it, but I sprayed it on my hand, and I mean, I was like, what, is he joking with me? I mean, what is going on here? I mean, it was straight up barnyard, skank, nasty, you know? But as it kind of dried down, I was starting to understand. And when he told me it smelled like it was sex to his nose, you know, I kind of, once you start getting the, you know, the feel of oud and how it works and just how, I mean, how beautiful it is at the dry down. But again, some of you may never ever like that. But that's why it's daring, you know. But oud, you gotta have a love for it, and you know, I kind of, it's an awesome scent, you know. Not that I wear it all the time, but it's nice to pull it out once in a while, and you can appreciate how oud really works. And Zafar is one of those straight up oud scents, but it dries down to something really special too. But you're probably not gonna have the patience to wait that hour, you know, for it to do it. But again, Chauncey, I want to say thank you, and great job with your channel. Just keep pumping out those vids, and the subs will hopefully come, you know, and you're doing a great job. So, but this is my list of 5 fragrances. Again, you know, there's so many that I could have picked. You know, there's a lot of different ones too that I love, but these are just the ones that I kind of grabbed, and they do work for those occasions and all that. So my next, I'm going to tag Dan, you know, Dan Mish. I'd love to hear his thoughts, my Mickers, and you know, try and get his little lineup here. But thank you guys again for bearing with me on these non-edited videos, and I just really appreciate you guys giving me all the support that you do. So thanks again. I'll talk to you later.